I don't know about you, but I feel tired. So tired of the pursuit of different, or the pursuit of more, the pursuit in general, pursuit. Now, not to be confused with the natural inclination or the natural desire to create. There's definitely a difference in the subtle energy behind it, the feelings, the frequency. Like, God, for me, I'm only ever going to be able to speak for myself. That's the only experience I truly have. It's the only experience any of us have. So to hear someone else's exploration experience is just kind of like an ingredient in your own recipe, I would say. Far too often, and because I've done this and I catch myself doing it, hearing someone else's experience and being like, oh, okay, that's what I have to do? That's not how it works. Yeah, it's not my fault you stopped on the train tracks. All right. Welcome to New Jersey. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, like hearing someone else's story and solution, and in this space of desperate attempt, again, to escape the now, I latch on to something they're saying as maybe that's my truth. And I don't think anyone is immune to this. I do not think anyone is immune to this. People pull it off real well, but I'm not here to pretend that I'm pulling shit off. Literally have no fucking idea ever what's going on. In a second, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I get it. The universe is like, yeah, bitch. You didn't come here to use your mind to figure it all out. It's never gonna work. And every time that you convince yourself, like, oh, I figured it out. Oh yeah, okay. Like, it's a trip. That's just your own trip. And if you are a starseed, if you've come in with a specific karmic activation wanting to awaken, you're not gonna like get away with these mental games we play with ourselves. All right, so long-winded way of getting to, I'm tired of the pursuit, okay? The pursuit of, I want to be thinner. I want more money. I want my creation to be better. I want more of this. I want less of that. I want, and it's like, what the hell right now seems to be enough, because I'm sitting here and I'm breathing and I'm safe and I'm taken care of in this moment, like right here, right now, not now, not then, not like right here, right now. So much of my energy is wasted on, especially lately, I've just been really in this not very familiar, to me, headspace of body image, dysmorphia, and like teetering on the want to control. Okay, I have to eat a little less. I have to work out a little more. I have to eat more of this. I have to eat less of that. I have to do this. And then I'll do this. And then I'll do that. Because then I'll get this. And what is all of it for? Ask yourself that. I am not the only person who goes in these little head spirals. We convince ourselves that it's like supernatural to have these massive goals and timelines, and this month I want this, and this month I want this, and this month I want this. And it's like, it's not. not to the extreme that we tell ourselves it is. And I don't know many people who are completely free of that jail cell. The jail cell of suffering in the pursuit of something else, something different. And as per usual, the solution is loving what is with a heart so fucking full of compassion that it overflows out of your heart and into every cell of your body, and you get the tingles and you cry and you just, there's so much joy just for being aware of the present. Because it's like when we're in these pursuits of wanting, the better partner, the more sex in my relationship, or like whatever it is, we're looking for something that's going to make us happier, more joyful, more peaceful. But it's never outside of the presence of God, of Source. And what is God? What is Source? We're all going to have our different definitions. One experience I've had in the depths of meditation and movement through the field in my consciousness, I saw this like ball of energy, and it was a singular tone. A tone. And it was God. God is a tone. It is a singular frequency. And the closest experience we get to that frequency in this particular density and awareness that we're in right now is through the feeling of ecstasy, like ecstatic. And it's obviously not that easy to explain, but it's also the simplest thing in the world. God is the simplest thing in the world to actually explain. God, and I like the word God. I do. It makes sense to me. I've processed a lot of my discomfort of how religion has taken the word and made it shitty. So I get if you're uncomfortable. I know a lot of people that I work with and who listen have been through serious religious trauma. So certainly not putting my definition onto yours. But Source is a frequency, and if you think of the word source, it's like the initial seed where everything derived from. Source is one tone, and that brings us back to sound healing, light language, Om. And the only way to recreate that tone, right, that vibration, the higher vibrations in our life, is to attune to the present moment, because that's where God dwells. There's a lot of emphasis on spirit, these big spiritual journeys and trips, and I get it. I don't want to discount it. I get it. But my gosh, it's not possible for the frequency of God to not be in everything. Everything. Everyone. I guess I'm losing words when I sit with it a little too much, because the truth is words aren't going to attune the way that the present moment can attune. And it's not to disregard feelings and experiences and everything, but I'm just finding myself tired of the pursuits. The pursuit of more joy and more this and more that, and the things that I think will give me this or that. And I'm not even just talking about material, right? This could kind of be, I've heard spiels like this where it's like, so then I sold everything and went to the woods. God's everywhere, in everything. I'm about to go into Wegmans. You bet your ass God's in Wegmans, you know? To deny that truth is to deny aspects of your own divinity. And I'll consume, I consume way too much content. Again, I know I'm not alone in this, you silly goose. You do it too. I consume way too much content and I convince myself I'm doing it wrong somehow. I've been taking this course that it's brilliant. I love it. It's about like ancestral eating for hormones. And it's brilliant. It's so good. But there is this I'm sensing this emphasis on this particular lifestyle. And I sense a part of me being like, oh, I need to be more like that. Oh, like, I'm not sustainable enough. I'm not earth-based enough. I'm not. And it's like, oh my God, what do I expect from myself? Where is this perfectionism coming from? Hey, that's not nice. I see you. I see what you did. I'm in the parking lot. Oh, God. See, I'm just a crazy person. I'm in the parking lot and a woman doesn't realize I'm sitting in my car, and instead of putting her cart back, she put her cart leaning on my car. And you know what? It's going to be okay. It's really going to be okay. Anyway, that's God. It's God for you. Oh, so I was just saying, like, this pursuit of being someone else in any way, shape, or form, being better. I don't know, this whole, like, self-improvement obsession. I think it's great that there's so much content on, like, information, right? On being more in tune with yourself and your cycles and the earth and people and blah, blah, blah. But, like, very quickly, our neurosis and our core wounds of abandonment, not fitting in, not being enough, get hiked up. And the ego is so brilliant. It, like, manipulates it into being like, well, I'm just becoming a more spiritual person. I'm just being better. But, like, the real fucking joke is, like, it's all fine right now. You're good. You got it. There's so much shame woven into the world of self-improvement. There's so much shame in the pursuit of more or better. So just as I reflect, I share my reflections with you because perhaps someone else needs the permission slip to take your beautiful, precious, divine self off the hook. Because God is in everything. You're allowed to drink a cup of coffee and binge a Netflix show, even if Spiritual Sally says that you're being programmed with radio frequencies from the Netflix show. You're allowed to listen to the music that makes you feel sad, even though enlightened Eric says everything you listen to affects your frequency. Like, God can handle it, yo. You get what I'm saying? God can handle it. You think I love horror and true crime. I can't tell you how many people tell me how, like, it's not spiritual Why I haven't manifested a serial killer yet because I'm pretty sure God can handle it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not making any fucking sense. But a part of the difficulty of this like what we're experiencing on this planet is this like idea that spirit and the mundane are separate, that enlightened and low frequency is separate. The only thing that's different in the frequencies is the dissipation of separateness, right? It's a unity consciousness. But it still doesn't mean that God is absent. It's just the remembrance of God is absent. And it always, like, I always get these pictures of, like, Lemuria, and then, like, how Atlantis functioned. And there was, like, a small overlap, but, like, we're talking, like, I'm not going to get super into this, but whatever. And it's, like, it's not that the technology of the Atlanteans was bad. And it just kind of, the ego took over, the control took over. But you know what made it worse was the resistance. So, like, resisting that which you declare to not be God, resisting that which you declare or someone else declared is not spiritual. For me, to be guilt-ridden walking into Wegmans because I'm so afraid of plastic, because matriarch Mary on Instagram is living in the woods and, like, painting her face with menstrual blood, and I'm mulling around in New Jersey just like, I don't fucking know. I'm trying to go to the farmer's market, but, like, sometimes I don't make it, and so I go to Wegmans. I think it's the best choice because they have a good corporation. I've done the research, like, they support local communities, whatever. Like, is that guilt helping me? Right? Like, is that guilt and resistance helping me in any way? And perhaps it is all about integration. Like, I believe you can bloom where you're planted. And I said this in, I think a recent podcast somewhere. But just like, when I resist things outside of myself, I'm resisting something within me. And to think that in this life we can fix everything is crazy. And I was laying on the pavement the other day somewhere. Where was I? I don't remember. I was looking up at the sky, and the awareness came in. Maybe I don't have to decondition all the way. Maybe it's not even possible. Do you ever think that? So much effort and all constant deconditioning, and it's like, this is exhausting. Again, just pursuing more and more and more and more for what? If you can figure out how to be kind to yourself, how to be kind to other people and the planet, and do the goddamn best you can, you did it. If you can figure out how to feel joy in a world that tells you be afraid all the time, you did it. You completed your mission. You did it. You're doing it. No one's perfect. And if you paint your face with period blood, I wasn't meaning to offend you, really. It just came into my head. Do your thing. But, like, you get what I'm saying. All right. Hashtag unhinged. Maybe this isn't a podcast and it's just like an audio journal, and the right people will find it. Okay, bye. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Cosmic Tea. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share on your socials, leave a review.
tag me, share with your friends. All of the things really help me, and I appreciate it so much. Also, if you want to hear from me every single Monday morning in your email, subscribe to the Magic 5. It's a free newsletter filled with Starseed Transmissions, magical tidbits, astrological happenings, and of course, unhinged human riffs on life. Show notes, baby. Take a peek, click it, subscribe, and I will see you in your inbox. Bye.